you got little kids, I mean, your afternoon is gone.
They eat up time, but they force you to make a schedule.
They do.
So that you can get everything done.
They do.
And you're more productive, I think, with your time and money.
Oh, yeah.
So I consider that a blessing.
Yeah. We sit there and figure out, we watch them discover something. We watch them act a certain way. We watch their personality. We're like, oh, yep, that's your daddy. Oh, yep, that's your mama. Oh, boy, they show you who you are. And it just, I don't know, it's a good feeling.
Welcome to today's episode of Relationship Talk with the Geths. Subscribe so you won't miss the sauce. Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about these kids. We have 4 kids, ages 25, 18, 4, and 1. I got the first 2. It's wedding gifts. Thank you so much. And I gave birth to the last 2. Mm-hmm. The Bible says in Psalms 127:3 that children are a gift and a reward from God.
They are.
And they really can be little blessings. Ooh. But boy, they can be some little blockers.
Yes, they can.
So first, let's look at ways that children are blessings.
Okay.
For one, children focus you, help you realign your priorities, and they help with goal setting. Now, they don't come out and sit at the board table with you at the family meetings right away, but there's something about, the news that that their little existence that makes you want to, get your life all the way together. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of people that have said that their kids have saved their lives or made them change for the better. Like you said that when Maya was born.
I did. And it was when I found out I was having a little girl. And as you know, you're being a father, and girls just have a way. To
Don't we?
Yes, y'all do. And something in me just triggered, like her connection to men throughout her life are going to be directly based on how I raise her, pretty much. Like her relationship with me is how her relationship with men are going to resonate throughout her life. So that made me, I wanted to do better. I wanted to be the best I could be for her. I started watching everything I did. I gave up a lot of bad habits, and it was just, all about her.
How long does that last?
Ooh, that's a good question. Like
when you find, and does it matter as a father if this child is a boy or a girl? Like how do they affect you and the way you change for them?
Well, your son is a pride thing. Like you start making plans. Like he's gonna be, of course, with me, he's gonna be a superstar athlete. Or, if you're a lawyer, I'll make sure my boy goes to the best schools. He's gonna be smart. He's gonna do this. I'm a carpenter. I'm gonna give my kid a hammer and nails as soon as he can hold one, and I'm gonna teach him the trade. I'm gonna go out there, work on cars. We're gonna play catch. So you have plans with your daughter.
But how does it make you different, though?
Because you want
to be the best example.
You want to be the best example.
Okay.
Everything you do, they're going to mimic.
Okay. So
you're watching your actions. So if you're watching your actions, you're trying to get rid of bad habits. You're trying to cut out, a lifestyle that you had before kids a little bit. Now, again, you're right. That has I won't say expiration, but it has a wear and tear because now you're like, man, I miss what I used to do. So sometimes you may, go back but realize, okay, I can't do it as much. Let me go back, and if you hang at the club, if you like to smoke cigars, if you like to smoke other stuff, whatever it is that you used to do, you're going to miss it a little bit, but every time you see your child especially when they're young, when they're babies and when they're toddlers and they're growing up, them running into your arms just makes you be like, okay, I know I have a purpose to be different. My best self for this person.
What about for the girl?
Oh, the girl. Okay. There's a comedian who made a funny joke. He says, when your son is born, you're like, oh my God, this little man, he's gonna be like me. Man, I'll die for him because I want him to be the best thing possible and a role model for your son. When you see your daughter, you realize all the bad things you may have done to women. He's like, I will kill somebody over her. Mm-hmm. So you ready to murder somebody over your daughter.
So die for the son, kill for the daughter.
Absolutely.
Having a daughter, does it make you want to be? Because you said when you look at your baby girl in the face, it comes back almost like the when you go to heaven, they're gonna replay your life. Yes. So you start thinking about all the terrible things you've done to women over the years,
and you want to protect your daughter.
So my question
from
is,
you, almost.
Does it make you want to be a better man from that point forward to women?
Yes.
Or does it just make you sorry for the past?
That's a good question. I've never looked at it like that. Like, sorry for the past, prepare for the future. That probably is pretty accurate. You're sorry for your past.
I'm going to clean myself up because I don't want nobody to do my girl wrong.
And you want to make it to the point, let me see if I can clean up enough that my daughter never finds out how I was in my past. You know, Daddy, did you do? No, babe, I wasn't bad like that.
But don't you want to prepare her?
Absolutely. You definitely want to prepare her. You definitely want to make sure you're giving her the real items of life, what to look out for. You know, hey, watch out for these wolves out here that's trying to get at you, baby.
Because I've been told that boys marry their mamas and girls marry their daddies. So it's like, when do you become the version of yourself that you want your little girl to marry?
That's true. I mean, I think because you probably try to spoil them into, you know, even if they find out your faults, they know that you love them unconditionally. So even if they end up marrying their daddy, flaws and all.
So what do you say to this young man if you meet him and you look at him in the eye and he wants to marry your daughter and he's 25,
right?
But he's the 25-year-old version of you, and you know it, and you know who you were at 25.
I'd ask him what his plans are.
How do you handle him?
I'd ask him what his plans are. Like, listen, as you are right now, first, I would hope I would have a sense that he really loves my daughter. If he has that, we can start talking about, I have been there, son. I know what this is. Are you planning to change? What is your plan for marriage? Like we talked about, I think we talked about this in another episode of the plan you have for your marriage. I need to hear his plan. Because up until then, I've been taking care of it. So I got to trust that this young Thundercat is going to take care of my daughter.
When you said, son, do you have plans to change? What were you talking specifically about? Do you have plans? What was your issue at 25? Do you have plans to change what? Because you need him to change.
I need him to change.
What?
I need him to change, you know, his habits with how he deals with the opposite sex.
Like what? Be specific. Like,
be specific.
Talk to me.
Like,
no,
see, you trying to really
talk to me because tell me what you need him to do different.
I need him to know that he ain't gonna break my daughter's heart by chasing all these temptations that are out there.
Which is why, okay, so I don't know if y'all follow Jamal Bryant.
Oh,
Jamal Bryant is the pastor at New Birth.
That's a good point. Yep.
Church in Atlanta, and his ex-wife is on a reality show.
Yep.
So he actually recently did a podcast that was very interesting, and I mean he's been in the news. It's not like breaking news
we know.
He has a history and past of infidelity in their marriage.
And he never hides it.
I think he made a couple kids. Whatever. And so he admits on this podcast, yes, in my marriage, it was my fault. I cheated over and over.
Yep.
That was a thing.
Took ownership.
It ended I lost my family behind that. So he did, own that. But what he said was, it was piercing for me.
It was.
He said that the mistake he made was his first shot at monogamy was marriage.
Right.
Like he never attempted to be monogamous in any other dating relationship. He went from having 3, 4, 5 women at a time to right now I'm gonna get married, say I do, and now I'm just supposed to be with one.
Right.
He was very unsuccessful.
But the habits were still there.
The habits were there. And so I don't even know why we went this way, but I think that's important because that's what you would tell the younger version of yourself.
Absolutely. That was what I would
Don't let
you.
my baby be your first shot at monogamy.
Absolutely. Is this your first time being in a one-woman relationship? Yeah, that would be a question.
Son, you want to marry my daughter. Are you in a one-woman relationship right now?
Right.
Or if I hire my people to check on you.
You gonna hire the
If I get the cheaters van to follow you around, am I gonna find something else out?
Right.
But you gotta ask the girls the same thing. Like we do, we put it on the man.
I was about to say, now what you gonna do about your baby? Because you love your son. Look, you see how long I said that?
But I'm gonna hold him accountable. I know him better than he knows himself.
Yes, you do. Most mamas do.
When he comes to me talking about he wants to get married, and I'm gonna say, get somewhere and sit down. Because you got a whole lot of your daddy in you. And it's going to take you a couple more years. Because I have personally seen more women than I need to see in the last year for you to be considering getting married. But if he's ready, he's ready.
Okay. Are you going to ask, what are you going to ask the daughter?
About being ready for marriage?
Yes. Not the daughter. I mean the woman.
Daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law. Like, hey.
I won't ask her anything. Because I don't want to hear what she got to say. I want to see how she treats him.
Wow.
You know I'm not a word person.
You aren't. You are not. So
I don't want your I don't want your chat GPT answers that you've been looking up for this interview. What I want to do is when I meet you, I'm going to smile and I'm going to shake your hand, give you a hug.
You're going to start watching.
I'm going to start watching.
She's going to start watching, yes.
I'm going to watch how you treat him. I'm going to watch the smile on his face and when he's with you. I'm going to listen to what he says about you.
Yep.
About your interactions together. Because I'm going to be the one that he's talking to when it's right and when it's not right.
Yes.
And so I'm going to hold him accountable, but I'm going to watch you. That's what I'm going to do.
Yep. And David Khalil Geths is going to tell her everything. He tells her everything right now. He can't even talk. And
I know it all. So another blessing, another blessing from these kids is that they help you be more responsible with your time and money. They come in, dictating your schedule. So you have to kind of create a schedule, even if you didn't have one before. And you better have a budget because the way they eat those coins up is not even a joke. I was 36, almost 37 when I had my first kid, and all my time and money was mine. At that time, I was working. I was pretty much like, I got some money, so I can go. I shopped, stayed on an airplane, flying somewhere. My time was mine, so when I got off work, if I needed to take a nap, I napped. I could be, sleep 2, 3, 4 hours through the week. On Saturday, I could sleep to 3 p.m. if I wanted. It was just my time, my money. That is not... That is not a thing.
You said you was a single income, no kids?
Man, I had that income, no kids, no responsibilities other than me.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get pregnant, it changes.
Yeah. If I had a piece of paper right now, I would just rip it because that's what kids do to your schedule. That's what they do to your routine.
You're all over the place. All over the place. Yes. But when they get here and you know that, okay, I got to go to work. I have to make these stops. We're going to church. And I got to pump.
Yep.
You start writing it out. You get a really good schedule. You don't waste time.
Right.
Like I used to waste a lot of time. Oh my goodness. I knew every show. I went to see every movie.
Yes.
Like I
comedy
did
shows, movies,
games
concerts.
On the phone.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
A lot of times wasted. You don't do that when you have these kids because the schedule is here.
Yep.
You don't waste a whole lot of money because you never know when they need diapers and when they grow out of clothes every 2 days. Like you could wear those pants yesterday and you can't wear them today. It's a real thing. So I think they do help you prioritize and get your schedule together, get your money together.
Another example of how they just cloud up your schedule. We are watcher of shows. That's kind of the quality time we spend together, and we DVR our shows and can't wait to watch them the next day. Well, when you got little kids, your afternoon is gone.
Shot.
Boy, our DVR shows we'd have whole seasons.
I feel like we missed a season of that.
We missed a season of stuff because you're so busy doing things, like you say, pumping and changing and bathing and cooking and taking them somewhere. And when you the end of the day, you like, all right, let's get ready to watch this show.
Sleep.
So yeah, they eat up time.
They eat up time, but they force you to make a schedule.
They do.
So that you can get everything done.
They do.
And you're more productive, I think, with your time and money.
Oh, yeah.
So I consider that a blessing.
Yeah.
So there's also something wonderful about seeing a part of yourself outside your body walking around. Now there's this little person with your features, personality, and or mannerisms running around, and you can teach them things, and they're just so adorable. They give you a sense of pride. You watch them set goals and accomplish them, and then you're able to be there for them when they need comfort.
That is a beautiful thing. I mean, how many times do we sit there and figure out, we watch them discover something. We watch them act a certain way. We watch their personality. Like, oh, yep, that's your daddy. Oh, yep, that's your mama. Oh, boy, they show you who you are, and it just, I don't know, it's a good feeling.
Our oldest son, DJ, if you've ever seen him, like, he's a little Ed. People call him that.
They call him
His nickname is Rolly, and they call him Lil Rolly. If you watch them walk, like, it's just a small, like, he's 6'9", DJ's like 6'5", so it's a slightly smaller frame of the same person walking. They look a lot alike in the face, and DJ's like a superstar athlete. He's playing football at the University of North Carolina right now.
Go Heels.
And like the pride that's on his face, like we've moved through the parenting cycle where, you know, you have all these consequences and teachable moments when they're so young, and now it's like you get to sit back slightly and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I get to watch him and DJ's biological mom, Lisa. They did a great job with the two of them, DJ and Maya. And just beaming with pride, you know, with the two of them.
And it's funny because my daughter, who I say changed my life, now she's like one of my best friends. She'll call me.
Oh, boy.
And how long do we stay on the phone?
They are just so extra.
Oh, my God. We can talk. We talk about shows. We talk about life. We talk about travel. She's living her 20s very vividly, but I can't be mad. She loves to be on the scene, and when I was in my 20s, I loved to be on the scene. So it's funny watching your personality come back to life through your kids.
And I get to see the best of both worlds because, like, my kids are little, you know, 1 and 4, and then DJ and Maya are adults, and so I get to see the joy that they bring, even as adults. And it's very different than what you get as far as pride from little people. And so they never stop giving. My daddy is 75 years old. I'm 41. And he is so proud of us. Like, anybody that meets him, you know what his kids are doing. You know what his grandkids are doing.
He will tell everybody who will listen.
He's proud. Like, we bring him joy. And so I think that's a definite benefit. Just being able to see little parts of yourself out there making you proud. And they don't always. We know. I mean, sometimes you got to beat them down sometimes. Sometimes you got to get them together, snatch them up. And that's just a part of it. But in the next breath, they can make you proud. Because they're going to get it together. So we know that children are blessings, but it's relationally irresponsible not to acknowledge and prepare for the stress that they put on marital relationships.
That part. Starting
the moment a woman finds out that she's pregnant. The wine and the vodka sours are done for several months. Like, you're done sipping for almost 2 years, really, if you plan to breastfeed. And I'm speaking for personal that touched me. No wine, no vodka sours. You're done. So many women deal with terrible pains and nausea during pregnancy. Sex gets put on the back burner if you focus on, you know, because you're focused on keeping food down. So you might want to get it in, but you're like, if I take another step, I'm going to puke.
I'm going to throw up.
Because I'm growing this whole human. So then they get here, and then your boobs are filled with milk from months to years, and then sleep can be really hard to come by. So you lay in the bed naked, and you say, okay, we could really make this happen if either one of us has enough energy to climb on the top. And you just sit there, you look at each other, and then you say, I love you, and then you go to sleep. Because you laying there, ain't nobody got time. Like, nobody has energy to even climb on top.
That's a very real thing.
Like, you have to talk about this.
That's a very real thing.
Children are beautiful. They're
Let's
blessings.
keep it real.
But you got to discuss this stuff and know that it's coming to your marriage. And it's going to have an effect on your marriage.
Yeah, I think you have to be honest of the drain they put. Like you said, the boobs being filled with milk. You know, they used to be your husbands. Now they're the kids, and you can't touch them because...
You can touch them, but you're going to get milk skeeted dead in your eye. So it's like...
It's a real thing.
It's going to change some stuff.
It's going to change. Your body changes. You are... husbands, some husbands are a little more delicate around their wife, so they don't see them as a sexual being. So that leads to some frustration sometimes.
You can't fold me like a pretzel, baby. You can't, because my belly is a basketball. I can't breathe if you put my legs right there.
Yeah, all these things are hindrances. And I know we stay on the sexual stuff, but even without the sexual stuff, you know, mood swings. Sometimes there are moods that happen, and I'm talking more when they get here. Like, you're not getting any sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. That is so you're irritable.
Well, some of us aren't getting sleep.
Well, see, don't do that. See, she's
whoever is designated to get up with these babies, not getting sleep.
Yeah, I'm a hard sleeper. I'm a hard sleeper
through all these feedings.
I'm a hard sleeper. She's a very light sleeper. It is amazing the things she can hear in the kitchen with the TV on and her phone playing music, and the kid in the back supposed to be asleep, and she hears a whimper, a movement. So it's at night when she just can't get any sleep. So that leads to sometimes you just not having energy to do anything outside of taking care of the children, and you're trying to push through. So me coming through, you know, just trying to grab and pull and tug, or even ask for a favor, sometimes might get my head back.
Don't ask me to do anything else. I had no sleep.
Right. I
have pumped. I have washed these bottles.
Yeah.
I have put this baby to sleep. I am exhausted. And here you go poking me in the back. It's tough. It's tough. It really is.
And so that may lead to neglect, rejection, resentment, bickering. All of those things happen, and we don't want to say because of the children, but they're the central reason all of these things are happening.
They are.
You have to be aware of that. You gotta know it's coming and prepare for it. And
there's no way to really prepare. You think you got to figure it out.
Yes.
And you don't feel it until it's actually happening. And you read these books and you're like, well, I'm gonna have my kids sleep trained, and it's gonna go this way, and it's gonna be perfect in this way, and then we're gonna, do this way. It's wonderful to have those plans, but you got to be flexible and be ready to go. So you got to prepare, but also remain flexible.
And then nurses, they teach you how to, change a diaper, but they don't teach you when that stuff shoots up their back and gets on clothes. Some people may freak out.
You said some people. I'm going to tell you right now, Geths is not fooling with these diapers.
Oh, my God.
If we're talking about poopy diapers,
listen,
I can count them.
Poopy is the cute way to say it. Some of the stuff that comes out of their butt, you think they're aliens.
You wouldn't know. How you know what come out? You don't see it.
I had a few of them. I've had some
he
of the
swears
worst
ones. That's what he said. He swears that every diaper that he changes is the worst. Oh, this is the worst one ever. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh my goodness. He'll have my son, and I'm in another room working, and I hear him whisper to him, "Go tell mommy that you poop. Go tell your mommy that you poop." And I'd be like, really? You can't change? I hear you telling him to come tell me. You can't change him?
Oh, boy.
So
there you go. Tension created right there.
Tension already. I'm in here working. I can't get... Here we go.
Yes.
So look, I don't even want to get started on the date nights and social life. Ooh. Date nights and social life. Talk about it. So look, I want to talk before we had these two little kids. We only had two older kids, The little ones, we had a fund for date night.
We did.
We had an envelope and we put extra money in it so that if he wanted to surprise me with, concert tickets, or I wanted to surprise him, we didn't have to dip into our household money. We put money in there for date nights. Okay, let me look through. Oh, we got enough for Papa Do's. Oh, we got enough for a weekend getaway. Let me plan these things.
Oh, those were some beautiful trips.
You know what? Date night little fun. Diapers. These cans of milk. Like, what?
Extra doctor's appointments. Specialists.
They go to the doctor so much. My days at work. You ain't got no days at work no more. Because if one got a snotty nose, the other one about to.
Yes.
If you got a fever, you about to have a fever.
Yes.
And then you going to make me sick. Right. And all my days are gone.
So you got to take days for them being sick, then days for you being sick.
Social life, people got birthday parties and baby showers and all. You ain't going. Because you know why? Because don't nobody want to keep your kids.
Don't nobody want to keep the kids.
Don't nobody want to keep them. And so both of our mothers have gone to live in heaven. But from what I hear, these grandmas these days ain't want to keep them no way. These new age grandmas, they don't make grandmas like they used to anyway.
Grandmas is going on date nights.
Grandma like, deuces, I just got my hair fixed. I'm about to go out. What? I'm going to the baby shower. You can't keep, no. It's hard. Babysitters are hard to come by. I'm so thankful for our kids' godparents because they will watch them. But I mean, they got stuff to do.
We going to the blues concert. I'm going to the blues concert.
I'm going. I saw lots. I saw so many grandmas at this blues concert. I said, but they are not babysitting.
They not babysitting.
I looked around and I was like, okay, they go mama and grandma and auntie. Who got these kids? Who is babysitting? So yeah, date nights and social life hard. I think these kids were out there in the car with a pizza. Real talk. I think people went to Little Caesars, got a hot and ready and a tablet, and put these kids in the car by droves. I think every one of these cars had kids in them at this blues festival.
DFAT better not go through the parking lot.
DFAT was up in the blues festival. Everybody was in there, and nobody watching kids nowhere. So yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's something.
And so another thing, you do have a responsible budget now, but sometimes you want to spend a little jack, and they be taking your money. They really eat through it.
They eat through.
So even though they help you be responsible,
they take more than what you budget for them. I can tell you that. You can't budget for them.
And what happened to the little people that eat little people food?
Man,
why do I go through the drive-thru and you are 1 and you are 4 and you got a whole order?
Yes.
What you mean? You need you get a couple chicken nuggets, couple fries. Like, what do you mean you need 6 nuggets?
More fries? More fries?
More nuggets than 4 is. That's how Happy Meals work. Why you need 6 nuggets?
Yes.
When they start eating, what do you mean you want shrimp? That's not on the kids' menu. They got pizza, macaroni and cheese, and chicken strips.
Yeah, that's
so why are we at the restaurant and you telling me you want shrimp and crab legs?
Yes.
Where do these kids come from? Yes. Like, what? Starbucks? You want to stop at Starbucks?
Yeah.
Who even told you that was Starbucks?
They want a cake pop.
I want to blame my brother Kenya for introducing my kids to Starbucks.
Kenya gets that blame. He gets that blame for sure.
What do you mean you want to stop at Starbucks and you're 4? I can't stop at Starbucks, but you want to go? Okay.
Yeah, boy, they something else.
They also take advantage of the situation, and they can be super manipulative when you disagree on parenting styles and the consequences.
Pay attention to this.
I want to talk about this one.
Yeah, please.
Because I want Ed to talk about it.
You going to put me on the blast? Yes, you going to put me. Okay. I'm
going to let you talk about it.
Yeah, I'm guilty. Because as fathers, I don't know what it is. When they're little, mothers just have more of a command, more of their ear. Fathers, I don't know. We don't have that same patience to try to figure out what they want. Or figure out how a creative way to say no or to get around it. So you just give them what they want. Y'all want cake before bed? Sure, here you go. Ice cream, if it'll keep you quiet and stop crying, here you go. I got to get better. I'll go ahead and say that.
Because if you give them cake and ice cream at bedtime, it's not bedtime anymore. You just pump sugar right through the system, and you just got yourself another hour of awake time.
Yes, I do. And you do have to be mindful. It's like they know. Soon as, let's say, mom runs to the store, we might have forgotten to talk about, okay, Bree can't have another banana because she already had a banana. Bree can't have this because she's already. The second, they know, she walks out the door, Daddy, can I have a banana? Daddy, can I have some cereal? And I'm like, yeah, sure. In walks mama. Where you get that banana? Daddy. And she tells it. That's the thing.
I got permission. That's what she wants everybody to know. I asked somebody. So she said, where did you get it? I asked somebody. And my daddy said yes.
And now,
did you now?
Yeah, now we got to. So you got to get on the same page. We getting better.
They play against each other. I want to talk about the time where DJ, asked Lisa something. That's his mom. And she said no. So he comes over here to ask you. Mm-hmm. And he wants to question your authority in the house.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. So one time, me and DJ are throwing the football back and forth in the house. And I'm amazed because I think he's really young. So I'm amazed at how he can catch. So, me being a coach, being a dad, said, let's see that again. And from the other room, I think he dropped it and hit something. Hey, stop throwing that ball in the house. So I take the ball and I just put it down. I said, all right, DJ, that's it. So DJ walks up to me. It's like, Daddy, come on, let's keep throwing it. And I'm like, DJ, your mama said, don't do that. But Daddy, ain't you the king? Or what was it?
Aren't you the man?
Aren't you the man? Ain't you the king? And now you're like, ooh.
Yes, I am the king.
You feel like, you know what? We're just going to throw it a couple more times, and then now you got attention.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
You got to stand up to these kids.
You do.
And let them know.
You do.
Don't let them manipulate you.
Don't let them manipulate you like that,
And my daughter is terrible with him. She'll go and she'll hug him around his neck and she'll kiss him on the cheek. And she says, Daddy, you're a hero.
You're a hero.
And then she proceeds to ask for whatever she wants that she knows she shouldn't have.
Yes.
And she'll tell him, don't tell mommy.
She's big on that. Like, no. Come on, Daddy. Come on.
But that's the thing. Like,
she does.
You have to present a united front to these kids.
You do.
And let them know, or they will cause issues in your marriage. I was told, my mama actually told me before she passed, just in general, like, don't let kids in your bed because it's almost impossible to get them out. Like, once they get in there, they're going to sleep with you till they're 7, 8 years old. And so I did a really good job with Brielle.
Yes.
She, slept in her crib, slept in the bed. Anytime she fell asleep with me, we put her in a bed. This one that we have right now, this boy kid, like, he's big enough he can climb out of his bed. And sometimes I don't even know when he comes in there. He doesn't come on my side. He comes over there. He doesn't wake his daddy up. He climbs over and he just appears in the bed. And that can really ruin, some little touching time.
He's going to be there till he's 12. I mean, because he is.
He said he got shocked the other night. He took a little late shower and put on some smell good. And he wasn't even going to put no clothes on.
Really? You going to put me out there?
I'm going to tell the story. He wasn't going to put no clothes on. He was like, oh, I know how my wife sleeps. I know her clothes are never on. So I'm not going to put no clothes on. And I'm going to ease in and see if I can get some popping. And so he was in the shower just thinking, boom, chicka, boom, boom. Hey, I said, boom. Oh, it's on and popping. I'm going to wake her up because she told me what Destiny's Child said. Tap me on my shoulder, I roll over. I'm going to call on her tonight. She's going to have to roll over for me. And he comes in there, and there go my son.
How did he get here? Where did he come from?
Laid up.
Where did he go? I mean,
he appears.
And snuggled in, too. Like, couldn't get him out.
Right in your spot.
Right in my spot. And I'm trying, as soon as you pick him up, he's a light sleeper, too. As soon as you move him, hey, now he's up.
So he's like, even if I move him, he's going to be awake.
It's hard to stay in that mindset when you got a kid that's there. Every time you pick him up, he's crying. Now you got to take about 10 to 20 minutes to get him back to sleep. Yeah, that's.
So it's important to know that while children can bring joy and fulfillment and a sense of purpose, they also introduce challenges to a marriage that you have to prepare for. Successful navigation of these changes that come with parenthood often involve open communication, teamwork, and a willingness to adapt to new circumstances. Seeking support from friends, family, and professionals can also be helpful in maintaining a healthy and happy marriage while raising your kids. So for more information about our coaching services, courses, marriage tools, events, and getaways, go to onevisionerc.com. Their website again is
onevisionerc.com.
If you had a good time hanging out with us and you got something out of it, go ahead and subscribe so you won't miss out on the next one. Like it so we'll know you enjoyed it, and share it with somebody so they can be blessed too. And we'll see you next time.